Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session, Unlocking the Value of Your Data, the Key to Competition in the Changing World of Financial Services. My name is Jim Gahagan. I'm the Industry Marketing Leader for Financial Services here at Workday, and it's my pleasure to be joined by two colleagues today from KPMG as well as Workday. I'd like to introduce Brendan Sang. Brendan?
Hi, Jim. My name is Brendan Sang. I'm from KPMG. I'm a partner in the UK FS consulting business. I've been with KPMG for over 10 years now, and I specialize in large-scale technology transformation in the financial services industry.
Viren?
Thanks, Jim. And hi, Brendan, and hi, everyone. I'm Workday's Financial Services Industry Advisor in EMEA. As part of my role, I provide insight into how Workday provides value to financial services organizations. Very quickly, my background is in consulting, previously with a Big Four consulting firm, and have over 20 years experience in business and finance transformation enabled by technology. And I should say, very glad to be part of this panel today.
Thank you, both of you, for joining us. We heard earlier today from some of the customers of Workday, but also from Olivia from Forrester, and talking about the changing landscape in financial services, and a couple of things that she hit upon were this idea of customer experience and customer excellence, and the need for that as we move forward, as well as back office modernization and the need to be more adaptive and more agile. So, Brendan, as you talk to some of your clients, what are you hearing from some of those clients in that particular area?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the industry is going through a massive scale and pace of transformations, especially around the digital space. And I think that's driven through, I think, two combinations of factors, really. On the one hand, you've got increasing external regulatory pressures in the form of ESG, for example, and other things like IFRS 17, IFRS 9. And in the UK, there's kind of increasing pressures for introduction of a UK SOX regime around controls. On the other hand, you've got internal driver, which is intensified after the COVID-19 crisis, with greater emphasis on operational excellence and operational resilience. As we've seen, that's a critical success factor. What the COVID crisis have really done as well, in my opinion, is it's shown it's affected financial services just like many other industries. It has demonstrated, though, is that many of its sacred cows when it comes to digital transformation have been killed off, for one of the better sense, because I think it's really demonstrated that organization can change very quickly and rapidly. And since the end of the summer in 2020, what we've seen in the market is that there's a fundamental transformation in the way organizations go about these customers and back office transformation, which is really quite exciting in a different kind of way.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying that with all the changes that are going on, data obviously is an important part of this. And as we all know, the three of us know, there's just so much data, there's oceans of data when you look at financial services. So, Viren, how do you see the connection between the themes that Olivia was talking about earlier today and data, and how much does data really enable that digital transformation?
Yeah, so if we think about those themes, there's customer experience, adaptability, the automated back office, and what Brendan just mentioned there as well, for example, ESG and other regulation. And if we consider how organizations are approaching these, then I'm sure we will all conclude that there is some level of digital transformation being applied to address those themes. Now, digital transformation means introducing digital-enabled processes, for example, mobile banking services to improve customer experience, as well as process automation, for example, the back office, automating the onboarding of new employees. Now, key to this transformation, to your point, Jim, is data. So at a basic level, the ability to capture and store large amounts of data quickly, and then to get insight quickly into that data, i.e. analytics, enables digital transformation. So as an example, the automation of a credit approval process cannot be done without all the relevant data being captured, stored, and retrieved all in a timely manner. So that's really at a basic level. But at a more advanced level, machine learning and AI need vast amounts of data to introduce features like robo-advisors. So therefore, in my view, data is the enabler for digital transformation, and how well organizations are able to unlock the value of their data will dictate how successful their digital transformation initiatives are, or how successful they will be.
Great. Thanks, Viren. So Brendan, anything that you would want to add to what Viren's saying in terms of the role of data, the importance of data in the whole digital transformation initiatives?
I wholeheartedly agree. I thought I'll give you another example of a recent client kind of experience. So we are helping with some of our financial services clients on the ESG initiative, which is a really hot topic at the moment, but in particular around the area of sustainability and environmental elements. And if you look at financial services, there's going to be a need, an increasing demand from the regulator, how to demonstrate and quantify the financial risk impact in relation to climate change. And if you think about that challenge in itself, it involves a really careful and complex calibration between looking at both the physical risk of changing climate relating to kind of climate events, and also the transitionary risks of moving into a new low carbon society, which is what we're working towards. And I think that calibration at the heart of that work is really bringing together, the data science expertise, as well as our more traditional financial risk modeling kind of expertise. And it's that marriage of technology and data skill set and the business and functional know-how that's really the key to unlocking these kind of transformation programs that will translate into tangible value and benefits for organizations.
Thanks, Brendan. So, when we think about data and realizing value from this, I think one of the big challenges is the fact that in most financial institutions globally, that data is spread throughout the entire organization, and drawing that connection between the back office and the front office operational systems to get the necessary business transactions downstream into the back office accounting environment. What other challenges, Viren, have you seen in that area?
Yeah, well, to that point, Jim, and just to reiterate, look, the biggest challenge that I see that many I see that many organizations aren't setting themselves up to fully reap the benefits of transformation or digital transformation, and it feels like they can do more. So, same as what you've just said, what I'm seeing and hearing is a lot of investment in operational systems, but not in the core functions of the back office, i.e. with HR and finance. So therefore, the organizations aren't synchronizing their front and back office systems in an optimal way. And so what that means is it's inefficient, you get inefficient and costly processes and an inability to unlock real value from their data. So therefore, there's a lack of timely insight, and unnecessary processes and systems are required to reconstruct data for reporting and analytics, which increases the risk of errors and the risk of not making optimal decisions. And I want to add that these finance and HR systems are typically on-premise legacy systems, and that's the real challenge that I'm seeing. And these systems aren't modern; they're not getting the full benefits of cloud, and those benefits are data integration and security. So, to encompass that, generally, I'm seeing that organizations are looking to be digital on the outside, but they need to be digital on the inside too. And not doing so is a big challenge in realizing value from digital transformation.
That's great. So, Brendan, what do you, as you talk to your clients and you work closely with the clients, what are you seeing as some of the challenges that they're facing in trying to unlock value out of this data?
Yeah, Jim. So at the end of the day, for any digital transformation program to be successful, I believe it must be grounded in the business outcomes and benefits. I mean, technology change for the sake of technology change doesn't really work in my experience. I think sometimes we see in the market these large-scale, complex, multi-year digital transformation program kind of forgets its purpose partway through, and it just ended up being, we just need to get the new technology in with very limited linkages back to the original business benefits. I think at KPMG, I think we take a very business-led, business outcome-led approach to doing technology transformation, and this is called Powered Enterprise. What we developed is a suite of functional specific kind of solutions that are tailored to the industry challenges in terms of best practice design around processes, controls, data, and reporting, and working with partners such as Workday and other technology providers to really get the most functionality out for our clients. And for example, in insurance, we've got great examples of that around IFRS 17. At KPMG, we've built a IFRS 17 calculation engine, and we're working with Workday at the moment to develop, using Prism and using Accounting Center, how that could be serve as an accelerator for clients to implement. But also at the same time, we're rolling out to clients using our tool as an independent testing and validation capability for what they've built. So it kind of brings out the benefit of that technology, but it's really grounded in what they're looking to achieve in these programs.
That's great. So Viren, when you listen to what Brendan had to say about the different ways of unlocking data within the organizations that they work with, how do you see Workday aligning with some of the things that Brendan's been talking about?
Yeah, so I'd like to answer that by giving an overview really of Workday's solution and how what Brendan has just said, how we marry together in getting the business benefits. The technology enables those business benefits as well, alongside a partner like KPMG. So look, Workday provides a single platform for finance, HR, and planning. And with our Accounting Center and Prism Analytics solutions, organizations can synchronize their data and processes more efficiently across operations, finance, and HR. So therefore allowing organizations to really unlock more value from the data. Now, I mentioned it before, but also Workday is built for the cloud, which gives the ability to easily scale with increasing data volumes that we're seeing in this industry. Now, the single platform I mentioned reduces data silos, which means less reconciliation and less need to reconstruct data for reporting purposes. So and what I really want to call out here is Workday's flexible data model. Now, this is quite key. Now, I've worked a lot in the past with designing data models, for example, a chart of accounts or a finance data model. And those were fixed. You couldn't change them without making massive changes to the system. So that limited an organization's ability to capture new measures as markets and regulations change. So Workday has a flexible data model that allows organizations to easily add new dimensions for new opportunities and challenges. Now, if we put what I've just said all together, the technology here is also helping drive out those business benefits. And it's easy to see how Workday really enables end-to-end transformation. But that's not just me saying this. You've heard that today from both IMC and N26. So these are two data-driven customers and they're customer-focused financial services organizations that are realizing the value of Workday in enabling digital transformation. And that's across operations, finance, and HR as well.
Thanks, Viren. So guys, many of our listeners today are either just starting their digital transformation, and as we know, as a result of the pandemic itself, it really accelerated the move to the cloud, especially for financial services institutions as they see the value. Kind of to wrap up, and maybe I ask each of you, Brendan, start with you. What's some of the advice and key takeaways that you would give to someone in financial services who's about to embark on this journey, or if they've already started, what are some of the key things that they should be looking at, possible pitfalls or whatever, as they embark on this journey?
So I think firstly, the theme of this is, very important. Having a strong data foundation and technology capability that is aligned to your business operating model is crucial, I think, in unlocking insights and automation opportunities. I think this is universally true in my experience, whether this is for regulatory-driven transformation like ESG, or highly technical specialist matter like IFRS 17 or 9, or an operational resilience digital transformation. I think secondly, building on my previous comment about powered enterprise, adopt, not adapt when it comes to solution design. So this is especially key when implementing cloud-based software as a service solution in the back office transformation space, in my experience. And lastly and thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, I call it the right to left principle. So when you start on this, is be very business outcome and use case driven in your design of your data and digital platform to really ensure sustainability and that the user are empowered by the digital transformation at the end of the day.
That's great. Well, thanks, Brendan. And Viren, same question. What's some of the advice and key takeaways that you'd want to give to some of our listeners today?
Sure. That we've all been talking about data for a while. You've heard all the cliches. but it's becoming critical to unlock the value in the data that organizations have and will hold as well in the future. So my advice would be to put in the right technology foundations now. And what I mean by that is a single platform in the cloud. It's about a flexible data model, and it's about combining operational finance and HR data on that platform to really help organizations or help you be more agile, responsive, and competitive. And that's not just now, but also when future opportunities and challenges arise.
Great. Thank you, Viren. So, guys, that kind of brings us to the close here. So, I want, on behalf of Workday, I want to thank both of you for taking the time and spending time with us and sharing your stories and your perspectives with both our customers and prospects. And to all the listeners on the phone, thank you for joining us today. Thanks for participating in the EMEA Industry Insight Conference. And we look forward to working closely with all of you in the future. Thanks, and have a great day, everyone.